Yes, thank you very much, Alex. I'm standing here with Kerrigan. This man has just put on a showing, mainly some highlights there on Inferno, but where do we even start on this matchup against Space Soldiers?
I think we were quite surprised that Space Soldiers beat Escape. Saw the game, we prepared for the match, and I was happy to pick Inferno. I would have expected another pick, so in the end the map V2 came out as we wanted, and was pretty comfortable doing the whole map, even though we were behind 8-1 on the city side.
Now, backtracking just a little bit to yesterday, because we haven't got a chance to catch up. You're always one of my favorite dudes to talk to. You guys have stated, like, hey, we're going to win this event. We expect to win this event. Given the lineup things going on right now, you do have Croman here. How are you feeling now in the moment?
Yeah, obviously it was kind of hard ECS, no practice, no map feeling, no idea how to put in Croman, how to utilize him. So I got a feeling of that after ECS. After we lost to Astralis, I figured out we can use Croman in a different way than we used Exista and Olaf, who were just like playing the role that I want him to do. So that's a thing we looked into, and I think it worked pretty good this tournament so far. We haven't had the biggest challenge yet, so it's probably going to come in the semi-final.
In the semi-final, you guys are poised to take the arena by storm, but I need to ask now that we brought Croman into the conversation, where do you see him fitting long-term perhaps within this lineup?
Yeah, obviously we told Croman that this is a two times event, so we don't know how the future looks like, and I can't really say how many times I've said it. It's a big question mark, so if it does good here, maybe if we need a stand-in in the future, whenever that is, then he could step in again. So far he has really improved me on his aim and mechanics, so I think he brings a lot to the team in that regard compared to the previous lineup we had. So I'm just glad he is performing good so far.
And I would say that your guys' veterancy also helps to steer him in the right direction. He looks very comfortable amongst a bunch of legends up here. Either way, thank you very much, Kerrigan. Congratulations on your W today. Cut.
It's getting weird over there, Alex.
You leave Trace alone for 5 minutes.
It's getting real awkward.
It just gets super weird. I don't think he even knows how to turn his microphone on. I'm pretty sure we had someone's laptop recording that one. Yep. Either way, we are going to be jumping into another game as some vacuum cleaning is going down behind us. Jason Moses O'Toole and, of course, the ever-lovely Mathieu Maniac Guigre. I butchered it. I like to try. I like to do my French fake accent.
I actually thought you nailed it. I couldn't hear over the vacuum cleaner. But it sounded really good when you add in the ambiance.
Limited time to talk about this matchup, so I'd like to start actually with the vetoes. Of course, it is going to be Liquid versus mousesports, so an intriguing one. In fact, you know, we already had the scene set so beautifully by our Swiss compadre, our bookend at the end there. So, Jason, we'll start with you. And we're talking maps, we're talking Liquid. These guys are on the way, on the journey to a 6-map pool.
Yeah, they have a very good map pool. I think the one problem you can see with the one hole in that is they don't have that map that you can say they're going to go to win. Like, they don't have that go-to victory map like some other teams do. Yeah, you could say yes, but I know they like to pick Inferno, as we're seeing them pick right here. And I mean, that's a map they're very confident. They're also very confident on Dust 2, but none of those you're going to say they're definitely going to win this map, or they have this vast advantage over the other best teams.
We're seeing a bit of a statement about mousesports' confidence on Dust 2, or rather their faith in Liquid's Dust 2, either way. We are going to be seeing Train as the response from mousesports. So Inferno Train, now I think these guys have played Train recently. It was over in Ukraine. We saw mousesports take that one 16-9, and we do end up on cash, interestingly enough. Nuke was available for mousesports, but they were unwilling to commit.
It's another map where Liquid has shown some good things on, much like Dust 2, so just shying away from it, I guess, for mousesports, especially without Oscar.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So with the map pool then, as Inferno again seems to be a comfort pick for so many teams, Mathieu. It's insane how everyone seems to feel comfortable on this map.
Yeah, I think it's one of these ever-beloved map, you know.
Yeah, put it in the same category as Mirage, maybe, as in just...
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I've never been in a team at any point where we should say, okay, Inferno is going to be our veto. Let's not play this Inferno, you know.
That's just not
I don't think
works.
no one has ever said that. So everyone plays Inferno. It's great. I like to watch it.
Yeah.
It's just such an old map in both versions of Counter-Strike that preceded CSGO, so everyone who kind of has come from those knows how to play it, and it's obviously a comfort pick here. I mean, Inferno and Mirage are kind of two maps that you just have to be able to play in the current meta of Counter-Strike. So many teams know how to play it. If you're banning one, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, and actually sounds like they're going to be jumping into the server almost immediately. So before we even talk about this matchup, we're going to get to watch it. It will be mousesports versus Liquid, the North American stars, with Taco, the Brazilian twist. He's looking to get in front of that home crowd, and he can do so with a bye should he beat mousesports. It is time to see how this one goes down in Chinatown. Let's jump in with your casters.
Yeah, no waiting around to get this one started. Thank you very much, Tom. I'm excited to get this one underway. Liquid versus mouz sports. Many people's hot match of the day. I don't think there's any denying that. These two teams both vying for a spot down in the semi. Oh my goodness. Well, what a good start. There you go. That's going to get the ball rolling. Quick headshot in from Stiko. And that's the man advantage gained for mouz sports early on.
I find it weird seeing nothing in any other jersey than
Feels,
Card9.
yeah, it feels wrong, doesn't it?
It's like when I saw Taz.
He looks good in red, though.
Yeah, but when I saw Taz in a Kingwin jersey, I was like, what is going on there? Like, it just doesn't feel right.
I've just never even looked at it, Tom. I just, if you
well, no,
pretend like it...
I saw him in person. Like, I didn't have a choice.
Wow.
I didn't go looking. Either way, Rops has gone looking. He's found himself an opener. Stiko looking for more, but Taco, well, he does want to book his seat in the stadium. One of the special seats, one's on the stage, but it is going to be back into a 2 versus 2. Nitro and Elige try and close this round, but instead it's nothing to pick up one. Down to the 1 versus 1. Elige left on just 23 HP. Chris J ready and waiting, and he will be able to close this one down. It's going to be mouz sports kicking things off, 1-0. Pistol round goes their way, and I always like to see that on the CT side, because I think just in terms of like pistol rounds on this map, if the T side get off to a stronger start, you can almost see the CT side never really build into things, never really getting the full amount of utility. This is a really sick opening shot from Stiko.
Yeah, I read that article, I don't know if you did, Tom, where he said he was watching Crim's demos for Sydney, and then he realized he doesn't need to be Crims, he's a support player, so he stopped. But maybe he's loaded them back in again. If that shot was anything to go by. Might just be the case. Nothing's going to go charging down towards the base of mid. Hasn't found any kills just yet, but can be given the chance to. Instead, he does get decapitated. Frags go left and right, but this round's all said and done. It is just Taco, the hometown hero, left alive in a 1v4.
Yeah, interestingly, Liquid don't actually invest much money into this round at all. Like, you look, the minimum amount of money they have is $800, and I feel like a lot of the time we do see these saves come in over on the CT side, but I feel like it's a lot less common on the T side. I suppose if you do get a bomb plant down, it can actually just net you a buy anyway. But yeah, I'll be interested to see like if they're going to invest a little bit more into the next round, maybe a deagle or two, or if it is just going to be that straight up save to make sure they can get everything into their first buy round. And if so, I always like to see it. Although the pistols are powerful, Counter-Strike's still a game of buy rounds.
You know what I love, Tom? The potential that we could have a Team Liquid versus SK final. Imagine that. That'd be unreal.
I'm just looking at the money at the moment. I feel like something's gone very weird there. Like minus 8,300. NAF currently has 7,000. That's not true.
No, you are right, Tom. That is true.
That's a bit of a weird. And also, all the guns that they supposedly had are gone. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's just.
That was a really weird bug.
It will just be a quick reset on the Observer PC to fix that, Tom. That's fine. You know, little gremlins in the system, they're fine, but the biggest gremlin right now is going to be Rops. Don't know if that's an insult or not, but my goodness, 4 kills. He's padding those stats, and tell you what,
there we go.
Might have started off as a little gizmo, but they fed him after midnight, and now he's racked up 10 kills already in the first few rounds.
I like how you said you don't know if that's an insult or not. As you know, whether or not someone came up to me and went, "You look like a big gremlin." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, Harry. You know, that's I've always wanted to be a big gremlin."
Let's be real, you know, Spike, the iconic gremlin, was pretty cool. Was that his name? Or maybe it was Scar? I don't know. Something like that.
Well, either way, we are coming in. It is that big buy round, so Team Liquid did save all of the money to make sure that they have a lot of utility going into this one. And, you look at the buy that's currently in for the CT side, I would call this a bonus round. They've got themselves plenty of SMGs, or the 1 rifle, and while Chris J's kicked things off, he loves his MP7. It is going to get himself a kill, and more importantly, Sonny has managed to give them the man advantage.
Yeah, good start for mouz. Now the question becomes, what can Nap, Elige, and Taco do? Get back into the shot. It's having Sonny here along with nothing that's going to cause him so many problems. There is, however, only one man inside of this bomb site. That's going to be Rops, and he's top of the board right now for mouz, 10-1. He does spot Taco. Just going to catch the timing so that Elige can't manage to spot him either. from the short position. Bomb's still a long way away, and Taco now going to start to line up a flash for Elige. Actually, the smoke rather, going to nullify the position from Rops down in the pit. Flash has now rained through on the back of it. Rotation slowly but surely peeling on round from Stiko, and nothing aggressively down through Banana, but it is going to be Rops, the only force that stands between Team Liquid and this A bomb site. The round very much on his shoulders right now, and oh my goodness, he goes and heads to the heavens, sadly in the literal sense, as Naf finds him, leaving it Stiko and Nothing. 2 versus 3. The wraparound from Nothing could come in fast enough to catch his players unaware, and he's going to tap down Naf. Bomb gets dropped, 10 seconds left, and suddenly it's Elige left in a 1v2. Nothing. Quick double from him. And there we go. He actually is the man to lock in that 4th round for mouz.
Yeah, and that was a sheer bonus round. They had 4 SMGs and 1 FAMAS. That is not a comfortable buy from them at all. So to win that is going to skyrocket their economy. And yeah, I'm interested to see how Nothing plays in this one. I feel like he's one of those players that everybody will be willing to do well. Like, if you don't want Nothing to succeed in this, I feel like you're an awful person.
I mean, I tune in to every Old Guys Club game there is, Tom.
Yeah, but is that for him or is that for...
That's for everyone. I mean, you look at the names in that team.
I feel like there's one
Also,
in particular
yeah,
that you are a little bit too excited about. Yeah. Do you still believe that if he came back to NIP, that would be them going straight to the top? Because that was something, yeah.
Number 1, baby. Let's go. But that's for another day.
Mental.
Look at this. Chris J and Sunny going to get rid of 2, but actually all the pistols doing work. Nap and Taco. Now in a 2 versus 3, they've made headway in towards the B bomb site, but they have to first get past Nothing. Going to throw out the incendiary, boosts up. Rops, not content with his 10-2 scoreline, wants a little bit more. Jumping at the bit to try and go through it. There's Nothing leading the charge, going to fall down to Taco. Stiko tapped down by Nap, and these pistols, they're getting it done. Taco's going to manage a double at the very end. And that is Liquid finding a round seemingly from nowhere. Everything going the way of mouz Sports early on. They had all the firepower, everything they could possibly need, and somehow Team Liquid emerged victorious.
Yeah, they even got helped out by Taco killing one of his teammates. Like there should have been nothing in that round, but the fact is, they still have a hell of a lot of cash. Like, there is so much money currently in the pockets of mouz Sports to buy back into this one. You actually see a pause called in. Wonder if that is... They look pretty quiet. I wonder if this is one of a technical nature.
It is. It's a TeamSpeak issue, Tom.
Ah, the classic. Well, at least it's not like when it's people at home, when a TeamSpeak issue normally means somebody's gone to pick up their pizza from the front door. Or
I don't know, everyone always says that,
to the toilet.
See, the thing is, right, I just think TeamSpeak is very unreliable and very bad. That's the impression I get, Tom. But, you know, you never know. Maybe you're right. Maybe, maybe it is all for pizza. Let's see. As I don't know where I'm going with this. There's a lot to eat right now in this round, Tom. Fantastic, nailed that. Stiko and Chris J, double upset up bought out from mouz Sports. There's a lot for us to digest, would have been the better phrase to use.
Maybe even a taco. There you go, the worst joke of all time.
Yeah, he really bailed me out there. Thank you. You took a bullet for me. Taco going to be flashing in his teammate. That's Elige to try and open up. Misses the shot on a Stiko. And it's the gap. He's very fortunate that he isn't found. Liquid with a foothold taken early on over in the apartments.
I like the idea that because Stiko's so used to dropping an AWP for Oscar, that he now just bought one and decided to keep it. He's come in as that secondary. Chris J taking that primary role, I'd imagine. Or maybe Stiko's just taking the full mantle for this tournament, but Nothing. Well, he's going aggressive. Does manage to find himself the opener. Rops from above does damage, but it's Naf to actually double down. Give them a way into this side. It is left onto Stiko with the AWP. Hits the leg, but it isn't quite enough, and Elige will punish. He was left on 1 HP, but it only took 1 shot to open up this bomb site. Sunny and Chris J looks like they're just going to hold on to what they've got, and I don't really blame them, because Rops and Stiko do have a little bit of extra cash. It won't be the best buy in the world, but with an AWP onto Chris J, and like pretty much all rifles on everybody except Nothing, who is obviously the stand-in, I could understand them going for a buy in the next round.
Yeah, well, Alige not too keen on going hunting, as he's going to go hightailing it over with Twist. Taco saves down in the pit. Chris J and Sunny, they were able to save Tom, and as you say, now they're going to be in a spot where they can field the buy here. They're going to have rifles seemingly across the board. I mean, you can even drop nothing of Famus if you're feeling particularly generous, if you are Chris J or Robs. So it's going to be the UMP. So pick this Poison Liquid. Finally 2 rounds back to back, and now with a chance to reset the economy of Mouse Sports. Aggressing up here towards the top of mid, where nothing does have this crossfire set up with Stiko between them. They're going to find 3 kills, but everyone dies. It's back and forth, 2 versus 2. Sunny and Chris J left alive. Bomb plant comes in. You have to topple Naf and Nitro. After Sunny finds good damage, Nitro's going to pick up the kill, and now it's Chris J. IGL having to be primary AWPer here, left in a 1v2. Naf will delete him, and they managed to get that done between them. They lock in a 3rd round for Team Liquid.
I have to say, when it comes to this Team Liquid side, even though we've had like a lot of decent versions of Team Liquid, I think this is actually the one that I'm most excited about. Like, even though we had the one with like, obviously Simple in it, with the Simple Hiko position. Like, this is the one that I'm actually looking at that I think that genuinely is the best sort of team. Like, obviously Simple, incredible player, but I think this one could actually be the one to do the most damage. Very excited by it.
I have to agree, especially because it's a very, very solid team that are coming into CS where there haven't really been, you know, it's, I don't know, like teams feeling like maybe they've started to drop off a bit. There was up until Astralis kind of started to change things up. It was kind of stagnating out a bit, but Liquid coming together at just the right time. And fantastic combination of talent.
This round's looking a little bit dicey though. They've already lost themselves a couple of players versus very, very little for Mouse Sports. Of course, they managed to expend the bank of Mouse, so they don't have too much into this round. Well, now things become a little bit more difficult. Nothing, just going to be probably hiding, keeping an AK-47. Stiko's actually managed to pick himself up a MAC-10, but I'm hoping he'll try and do a little bit of damage with that, or steal away a rifle instead, earn himself $600. The fact is, Liquid are going to be equalizing this scoreline. It will be 4-4. And yeah, they're just holding to try and keep any exits. There's a few players actually that have sort of somewhat valuable items. Obviously, Rops can keep the Kevlar into the next round, and Stiko is actually just going to be hiding it. Twist is low on HP, so yeah, there you go. Extra $600. Weapon removed. Naf will quickly trade, but all in all, considering what was invested, that was a pretty good round for Mouse Sports.
And actually, thanks to that one kill, Stiko can drop an AWP over or elect to get the second and have armor behind it. Going to instead play with the rifle and grab the utility for the team. Chris J with that AWP. AWP brought out for Liquid, and I think that's one of the reasons why they can be a very, very strong T-side team over on Inferno, is the fact that you don't need to have an AWPer out in this roster. And of course, that's so often where we see, you know, some teams where you have that dedicated AWP role, you kind of really do take a hit, right? If you think about it, moving to the T-side of Inferno, AWPing's a lot harder.
I think this is definitely sort of one of those maps where you can get away without having it. I still think that, for me at least, the most legendary team on this map ever was that old Fnatic roster, where JW would just pick it up when he feels like he would do something absolutely ridiculous, and even if he died, it would then still just be the 4 players remaining. The core of that team was so strong. So yeah, I definitely think that it's not always necessary, but it's also plausible to even pick up a couple over on that CT side. And we've seen that from this Mouseport side quite often. Chris J, normally the secondary, but Oscar, of course, not here at the moment. cheat. He's got to be a little bit careful. He does have support from Sunny, just holding to make sure nobody can just run into position. Stiko has a little bit of utility, and Chris J just about gets away with that. Now we sort of look towards the clock. 30 seconds left for Liquid to make their move, as they do set up over towards this B side, but it really is going to be low on the clock, and Elige has to make some sort of play instead. He's met by nothing with the AK-47, and is this just going to have to be this push on towards the B side? In fact, they're just going to try and fake it out. There's going to be a rotation all the way back towards A instead. Stiko is ready and waiting. He's going to try and use the smoke to actually give him a little bit of an angle, and he spots the player, finds the head of Nitro, and it just doesn't matter at this point. There's not enough time. They've got to try and save onto what they've got, and they'll fall back into the apartments.
That's a flawless round from our sports, and as you pointed out, it all comes down to that clock ticking too low and one crucial frag that comes through. Suddenly that course of that round is completely changed. Rifles still maintained out for Liquid. They're going to have everything they could possibly need in this round.
That kill was so crucial, just because based off the time, if nothing goes down there, then the whole setup over on that B site can fall apart, as they have to try and switch somebody to watch, and also any rotations can be pincered, so and nothing pretty much secures that round for his team. And while they're going to go for something a little bit different, but Twist ready and waiting for Stiko. Nothing, trying his best to trade back the frag, but not really something he could look to take the fight, but he does eventually, and he's going to go back for more. Twist again will find the aggression of this Mouseport side. Because of that, he's given them a man advantage.
This is going to leave Mousesports in a very, very tricky scenario. You're going to see Chris J taking up the helm at B, all on his lonesome, leaving Sunny and Rops to try and put up the defense over here on A. Here's the Incendiary over on Sunny. That can be used to buy them time and split up these offensive. That's going to get thrown out now.
I think that smoke might have been a little bit missed that was thrown in. It's not going to matter anyway, because they're not executing off of it. May have just been used a little bit of a fake, but they've left Chris J alone anyway, and now Nitro is going to look to try and lead that charge. Rops is ready and waiting, but playing more of a peekaboo angle, as he will just spot out. Does get dinged up 1 HP, but it may not matter. He still pops a second, and Sunny on the site. All he really has to do is at least find himself a kill. And the fact is, the bomb's still up on the balcony. This is going to be very difficult to retrieve for the T side. They need to get rid of him, but it's a dink either side, and unfortunately that AK-47 still has the advantage. It's left on to Chris J as the bomb is going down.
Gonna go in, tries to take the fight, but Taco is feeling keen. He wants to be up on stage in those semi-finals to Taco, very, very driven to make it to that sort of position in front of the home crowd.
Of course, at this point, no matter what happens, he is going to get to
That
play
is
in
very
front
true.
of the home crowd.
But you'd rather do it in the semi-final, Tom.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, save it. Give them a little bit of a... Make them wait.
Maybe that's not true. Maybe he wants to play both.
Maybe that's what SK did.
Maybe. That's a 200 IQ decision from them. But Tom, we can theorize that all day long. Here's nothing. Over towards the top of mid, the mouth of mid, as they're about to go on through. Flash is there, and Taco's going to find the first, and second as well. How's he managed that? Chris J is going to come in with the trade, and a second. Chris J roaring to life now. Locking it down from the long position, and Nitro was able to just skirt on by, but Chris J smiting them down left and right. He's feeling fantastic right now. Chris J's not stopping, and suddenly it is just Naf left in a 1 versus 2. Chris J's done it all, and it's just him and Sunny left to pick up the pieces. He's going to get the ace. Chris J.
Oscar who? That was absolutely disgusting. Single-handedly shuts down the round. That's the second ace already in 11 rounds for somebody on the Mouseport side. Obviously, Rops was more of an eco ace, but that was absolutely disgusting from Chris J. And, well, he shows that although he may normally be a secondary AWP, he's still pretty damn good with it. The amount of headshots he hit. Still, though, the CT side do have some limitations to their buy. The same can be said for the opponent. So, again, it's going to be a crunch time round. The winner of this one, well, likely to be taking the lead. or in Mouse Sports' case, keeping the lead. Mag 7 for Rops, not always a detriment, especially when he's playing over to the apartments, but if it comes down to a B-site retake, I think it may limit him quite heavily. Taco actually looking to try and round the corner, and the pre-fire does a little bit of damage. Chris J, again, looking to aggress, but he's got to be careful because Twist has already crossed the threshold. He knows it, though, and even though he's dinked up, he still finds that opening kill for the CT side. He has really, well, come to life in the last few rounds.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason we speak about this Mouse Sports double AWP being so strong between him and Oscar usually, and he's looking to show that even though he's not normally man to don the AWP primarily, he could definitely fill in for the role. Of course, he used to be the main AWPer back in the day, and now he's rolling back the years. He's the first guy to find a kill in this round. Still has more to do. Playing over towards the back of this B-bomb site. He's going to get tested once again. Chris J, can he hold his own once more from behind the pillar? He just keeps smiting them down. Sonny's there to help him out this time around. Not going to manage an ace, but still 8 kills across 2 rounds. Chris J is doing everything right now. AWP was picked up and carried forward from Sonny. He's going to be throwing that over back into the hands of Chris J with good reason.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're going to deny this man an AWP when he's doing this at the moment, just destroying Team Liquid. Of course, this is their map choice as well. There's Train picked up by Mouse Sports, and then for anybody who's wondering, Cash is that final map, and this match is for a spot in the semi-finals. Now, I'm looking at what we've got brought up here, and I'm excited because I love myself an XM, Harry. And we've also got a Mag 7 as well, so we got a couple of shotguns. We got dual shotties in, of course. Oh. On the other side, there's some severe limitations, only really pistols purchased up here for Team Liquid, but they did manage to do a hell of a lot of damage previously with this sort of buy. And in fact, actually, yeah, they won a round off of it, didn't they? Even with Taco getting a team kill.
Well, those shotguns are going to be spread between both A and B, so wherever Liquid do decide to go, they're going to taste the might. One of these weapons. Sunny's pushed down through Banana. Flash comes through, Chris J. Oh no, gets caught on the pallet. That's going to be his death warrant sign. Now Nothing steps up to the mark along with Stico to get this round back under control. And Nothing 3 kills. Rop's going to finish off Taco with a Mag 7 at the very end. Nothing, a chance to pad those stats that much more. 10 and 7 right now. You love to see Jordan stepping up. There he is on the screen right now.
Eight and 5. CT side start for Mouse Sports, of course, but fact is, if they can take this map and move on to Train, well, maybe like the odds showed earlier, maybe people are underestimating how much this Mouse Sports roster really can still do here. Of course, definitely isn't over yet. 8 and 5. Double AWP setup picked up for Mouse Sports. It's going to be Stico looking for that opening pick, but a much more sort of passive hold from Team Liquid, looking to see if there's anybody aggressing over towards the apartments. Obviously a little bit worried about no shotguns once again, coming up close. The fact is this time, well, the aggression has not come in over towards that A site. It's down Banana. Sonny already deep in play. Has the support as well of Chris J. There's that peak already. Taco again finding an opener for his team. We're going to try and find a little bit more. They've got to clear out the pit where Nothing currently hides, which well, he's been playing a more sort of mid aggressive position. Actually, because of Sonny's spot, they've gone for a hefty rotation. They're still going to leave 3, make that 2 players here as Taco gets a second.
Taco's not content with just that, but once again, it's Nothing to step up, this time from the pit. Will finally be silenced as Stico's left in a 1v4. There should be no way for him to hold on to this. He spots Taco hopping down into the pit. He's just going to have to concede back away. Team Liquid. Now a 6th round to their name. This is one of these matches, Tom, where I feel like either way, we get like a nice big old win in the sense of Liquid winner in the semi-finals, great. You know, you have Taco in front of the home crowd, so many storylines. If mouse sports win, Team Liquid still play on stage. We get more stage time for them. And on the upside, nothing. You know, everyone's mate. Finding success in the mouse sports roster. Who knew?
Well, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Him straight in through to semi-finals.
I mean, then if you're the, you know, if you're the old guys club, you're looking at his 400k buyout, and you know you're feeling pretty good about it. But well, this round, Fire going to be coming in from mouz. They have that AWP that was carried forward. That's going to get thrown into the capable hands of Chris J. Stico does actually take the hit. Very, very selfless of him. Goes down to the MP9.
Look at this from nothing again. Taking the peek into middle, throws a little bit of utility. I thought he was going to go barreling down, but clearly decided against it. Again, they've left. Chris J is the lone defender now. I'm less of a fan of this sort of setup where he's not in such an aggressive spot because it sort of limits any sort of rotational chance. Like, it basically just relies on him hitting a couple of shots and then maybe they can retake later on. Whereas if you're in a more aggressive spot, you can sort of take the shot, throw a little bit of utility and try and slow down the push and allow for some sort of rotation. So quite a big risk taken in this round by mouz sports. He's looking for that opener. There's a couple of players close he's got to be wary of. Taco again around those apartments, managed to do so much in the previous, but this time he'll be shot down. However, there is that trade back. Elige tagged, but still the 4v4 should benefit the T side. Machi, a little bit of a peek coming into mid from nothing. He's got to be very careful because the rotation is coming back from the Ts.
Sani has the trade, and there we go. Clinical as ever. Does have Rops to back him out.